Hey, what's up, guys? Got a new knife video for today. Yeah, I apologize for the lighting. I'm sitting in the shade right now. It's pretty hot outside, and I just needed a place where it wasn't so hot, so the lighting's kind of shitty. And I know I titled something like "Possible Last Video," so we'll talk about the end. But I do want to do a video before I, for this knife, which is the Wenger Blades Companion. It's a pocket fixed blade that very interested in me. Very interested in me. I was very interested in, and let's see. When you buy the knife, you get this knife. It comes in Nitro V or CPM 3V. I got the 3V version. I actually wanted the Nitro V version, but we'll talk about that. It comes with two sheath. This is a regular Kydex sheath, and the real reason why I bought this knife is because of this pocket sheath. I was very interested in this, which is an extra sheath, and it's it's a pocket sheath. And if you guys know me, you guys knew for a long time now that I've been a big fan of fixed blades. One thing that I know only some people know, but I've exclusively carried a fixed blade for a long time. So there's a shit ton of bugs out here. This was my original EDC, which is a top knives MSK survival. I've had this knife for a long time, and I carried this for quite a bit of time, but it was kind of too small for me. Let's do a quick size comparison. The blades not too far apart. It's just a little bit more for the handle. This is 1095 steel, and this was my original fixed blade EDC. Then I had bought this one, which is a Zoo Blades Works Shrapnel Tonto. I know this was a long time ago, and this was my EDC for a long time, right? So you guys notice that this is a very tactical looking tool. This is my get the fuck off me knife, or I could call it get the fuck off me tool. And it was my EDC for a very long time. I recently had bought this bad boy, which is a Kubi, and this is another knife that I wanted because with this the problem with carrying this knife is that it's very thick, and it's very tactical looking. And you guys, I don't know if you guys, well, as you know, I don't like tactical looking knives anymore. So I bought this Kubi, and this was I tried to EDC this, but then I saw this knife, and so like I said, this knife came with two sheaths, a pocket sheath, a regular Kydex sheath, and it comes with these, it's to kind of camouflage it, kind of pants you wear. I'm gonna do a review like I generally did before, prior to me quitting before, and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, kind of borrowing from Nick Shabazz, and that I like this knife, but it's not perfect, right? I had bought this knife because I was very curious. I wanted a work tool that that can be my one knife, right? And in order for that to happen, I wanted it to be a pocket fixed blade. I really didn't want it to have a coating, which it does have. We'll talk about that. And I wanted it to be stainless, less maintenance, etc. But this knife isn't perfect and isn't perfect for me, but I bought it anyways because I was very curious about having a pocket fixed blade, because these other ones that I just showed you, they're not pocket fixed blades. And let's do some size comparison with some folders. I know I'm kind of going all over the place here, but if it's my last video, let me fucking do what I want to do, So this is a Curtis F3 large. Obviously you can see that it's bigger. That being said, if you look at, you kind of want to compare the handle more like right here, because of the way you're holding it. It's not much larger than the handle. So if you can fit a XM18, right? If you can fit an XM18, you can fit this knife, because that's kind of exactly, we're not measuring scale to scale because you hold the knife here, right? It's about the same, right? Like this XM18, a little bit hang off my hand. Curtis F3, a little bit hang off, and this companion it's like perfect for me. If you have like 2XL hands, it might be too small for you. So like the MSK Survival was too small for me. My pinky's hanging off. Anyways, the stuff what I like about this knife, I love the fact that it's a pocket fixed blade. It gives me another it makes it another tool that I can carry that doesn't have, because these other knives I carried neck knife style. I used to IWB them, but it gets uncomfortable, you know. Like EDC, like that's the problem with EDC is like you have so much stuff, right? You have a pew pew, you got an extra mag, you got, you know, a light, you know, all etc. So it's like I said, I love the hand. It fit really well. The handle, it's very comfortable. I also love the scale, right? It goes in the dark, which is kind of cool. Check that out. And it has orange liners. So I really enjoy this knife. And the reason why I bought this knife is because also a lot of it's the handle as well. Is because, you know, if you do lose your tool in the dark, you can literally just use this IV thing and try to find it. So there's that. Speaking of, you know, colorful handles, the reason why I bought this, you know, it's orange liners, is I really like the bright color tools if I'm going to use them in the shop. And, you know, because I remember I was like, you know, you're working on stuff, sometimes it gets dark, etc. You might lose it. So it's just nice to have something that's bright, easier to find. So enough about the handle. The blade, you know, I know some people don't like the blade to handle ratio being too small, but I think it's not a problem for me, just because like I don't really care too much about the blade. You guys know I don't really use my knives. I just carry them really. But the handle is important to me. So another thing I like about this knife, it really is a woods tool, right? A woodsman tool, because this is a piece of oak that you know, some of it was done by this knife. And generally speaking, I have a hard time doing feather sticks with oak, and I generally do better with birch, maple, pine, spruce, fir, but oak's kind of a bitch to me. But this knife does okay. Trying to make curls with the oak, but you know, the problem with skinny grinds is that it bites a little too much, so you got to play around a little bit. I'm not very familiar with a skinny grind, but it does really well. It is coated with black oxide, which I don't like. I don't know. And the thing that makes it tough about it is the handles aren't removable, which, you know, I bought it and thinking like maybe I can like blast it, remove the black oxide, which I think I can by just, you know, taping up the handle. And the reason why I don't like that is because this black oxide, when every time I clean it, comes off the napkin, which, again, I don't like that, you know, in case I ever have to use it for food prep. But, you know, again, I like this knife. I think it's a great woods tool. I think it's a great tool. It's definitely going to be carried a lot more than some of my other folders. But the reason why it's not a one tool knife for me personally, it's not the fact that the fact that it has a coating on it, but also, although this pocket sheath is pretty cool, a little bit is sticking out too much, right? You get that, and I knew that it was sticking out about 1.5 inches, or what is that, 1.25 inches? I don't fucking know, but I kind of already knew that buying it, but I really was curious, like, and that is kind of an issue for me, because I really kind of wish it was more like this, you know what I mean, that much. And people, I had a conversation with somebody else. He was like, oh, well, you can't pull it out. Well, you can easily just put one of these on, and it makes it easy to pull out. And the reason why I have a problem with that is because I like to be minimal. Like, I like to conceal carry. I don't like having stuff stick out and stuff like that. I don't like stuff in my pocket either. Another day I went to a store. I saw a family member, and first thing he looked at was my pocket, because this was sticking out. Obviously, you could say that because it's orange, but I think, you know, if it's this much sticking out, it'd be less. You know, that's the one thing I don't like about this, is that although I love the sheath, you can wear left or right pocket. I hate that much it's sticking out. So, but another bad thing about this knife, I think that for me personally, I paid $338, which includes shipping for it. It's a, you know, obviously it's a custom knife. However, I had other options. I'm not going to tell you which one, out of respect, that I was thinking of. Like, I can buy that knife the same size, and I could get the exact same sheath, you know, custom made, and probably ask the person to make it deeper carry. it would still been cheaper, like almost $60 cheaper. And I don't know, man. I guess that's the thing that bothers me about it. You can definitely get a cheaper version of this knife. Different colors, different, I guess, my Carter G10. But it's a great tool. It's definitely going to be something I use a lot for work. Like when I want to do like bushcraft stuff, or I want to work on the car, I want to work on, anything basically, because I don't really care about, getting it dirty or fucking up the lock or anything like that. It's a great tool. It's CPM 3V, so I recommend it. It depends, right? Like if you, the huge reason I bought it is because I was very curious about pocket fixed blade carry, right? Like I thought that was pretty neat, the fact that it's an ambidextrous sheath. So huge plus for me is the ambidextrous sheath, the color of the handle, the size of it. Some negatives, obviously, is the fact that you can't remove the scales, the coating, and that the sheath is not as deep carry. So let's talk about why this might be my last video. I really want to do a 2024 update because like my last collection video, the 2023 collection video, things have changed quite a bit actually. And but the problem is I talk way too fucking much, man. Like right now I'm ranting. It's almost 11 minutes in, and I'm just, I don't know. And I think I've been saying this for quite a bit of time that I've been, losing a lot of interest in the hobby. And I think really just more like I don't want to spend another dime on the hobby, right? I have other hobbies that I'd rather spend money on, and a lot of those other hobbies makes more sense, right? Like they're more, it's less about consumerism, because this hobby is just really for me because I'm bored. And that's kind of something I want to stay away from. I'd rather spend money on things that, as I said, producing happiness and whatnot. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but yeah, this hobby isn't really doing it for me anymore. I just don't want to spend another dime on it. And I do have some other blades that I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I can go, customize it to my exact liking, like, bead blasted, anodize the scales, whatnot. And honestly, I don't want to do that either because I don't want to spend another penny on it. And it's not like, so the market right now is kind of annoying. Like you can't, like I think Alaskan Frontier, he made a video about like how you can't even, if you want to sell some stuff, man, like damn, man, like people are lowballing the crap, like it's just crazy right now. Like, so like I said, I don't want to spend another dime on the hobby, personally for me. When I quit in 2022, I really didn't, plan on coming back. And I did come back somewhat. Like I've been like making way less videos, talking to way less people. And if this is my last video, I just want to say thank you to like all the people I met. It's just although I never really consider myself part of that knife community, like it's just some cool people here, man. Like I really appreciate it. And I don't know, should I do a 2024 collection video? Let me know if you made it this far. Just me bullshitting. I don't know if I should, just because like I don't have any filming equipment anymore. Like when I made that 2023 collection video, I had a tripod, I had all that shit's gone, man. Like I don't. And do you really want to hear me, bitch? So, anyways, guys, if I don't talk to you again, I hope you guys have a good one. God bless and take care.